I think it's time. We needed to make an addition to the fam. And all you barbecue fam out there, you know you gotta have options, you gotta have varieties. And I promised you when I started this thing, I'm gonna get you those options for less. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. So I was cruising Craigslist, not just in Indianapolis. Oh no, I'm out in Ohio checking your Craigslist. You live in Illinois? I'm on your Craigslist too. I haunt your Craigslist dreams. But the bottom line is, we got a new addition to the barbecue fam. I'd like to introduce you. Oh yeah, you see it. Get a little bit of that, YouTube. All right. I know. I got some explaining to do. This is an 18.5-inch Weber Smokey Mountain. The guy was put it on Craigslist for $125. I know that's probably too much, but man, the thing's in real good shape. Just a little bit of rust, may have been left out in the rain. I cleaned the top of that face off. We're gonna do a burn-in on her here. We needed a little addition, a few options, so hopefully we all get along, everybody. You know, Chaz, I'm looking at you. Chaz Michael's over here, the gravity fed. And then Dinah gets along with everybody. If you only knew Dinah like I do Dinah. But I introduced to you all Muchacho. I think that's what we're gonna call our Weber Bullet, our 18.5. I dubbed the Muchacho. It's made in the last 10 years at least, because you can tell by the bigger water pan you're getting quite a lot more water. Those older WSMs, I'm pretty sure they had a shallower pan. Not only that, they didn't have this fancy handle. I rather prefer the handle, but you know it's an older one in the last 10 years. There's no little rubber grommet for your probes, which I don't know that we need, but this isn't a super tight fitting lid, but it is a nice lid. I'll get up on here in a bit and show you the insides.
Stock. It's not a lot of rust on the actual dial. This really, I believe it's been taken good care of. It's a little rusty on the inside, but you know, we're gonna give us a little treatment here. There is a high probability that we'll replace the thermometer. Not even a high probability, I just ordered one. I've got a tail tube coming in the mail, so I guess that'd be 100%, but both stock grates came with it. The chamber is in good shape. Let's get a look at this door. Handle works just fine. It's gonna be a little loose. I'm not liking the guy said the door fit really well, which, you know, I've taken him at his word and he's got no reason to lie. But we could always just get a nice little gasket, Home Depot, and then tap these out a little bit. Nothing wrong with it, but let's take it in here. Right? Fire ring, grill grate, and we've got an extra here. Don't have to tell you where that's going to be going. But this way we could, I think, really stop some coals out there and save this guy some abuse. All the vents, let's give them once over here. Let's see here, far vent. That's a little loose, we can tighten that up. And then inside vent. beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, we'll go ahead and shut that guy, I think. And then, really nice. 125 in, it's probably a little more than anybody needs to be spending on a used smoker, but this is where I'm terrible, guys. If you're listening on YouTube, I am, this thing's singing out to me on Craigslist. You know, if you listen to my channel and you see these videos, you like them, well, this is part of it, man. This thing's on Craigslist singing to me, saying, I need some TLC, I need a home, please adopt me, you know? And Muchacho, you got it, buddy. A lot of the chemical buildup and mildew, it's just moisture over time. It kind of looks rusty on the interior of the chamber and the interior of the lid. That's just stuff that adds. I mean, you could just have a couple off seasons not touching it, it'd probably do the same thing. So she's in great shape. I will try and clean this, maybe add a gasket later, but I think we'll do an initial burn-in and check back in with you. I don't know if you can tell. I'm pretty giddy about this one, y'all. I'm putting this in as a hollow chamber. So when I light my chimney and throw that in her, there will be an empty space. Just explaining my reasonings. No, I'm not gonna light this on fire. I put the wood at the bottom there away from the newly lit coals to have a nice progression of smoke. It'll catch these two, but as the fire goes, I'd like to see the effects. I think we'll just do half this chimney. Alright, most of those are nice and orange and white. Just a couple unlit on top there. Wax paraffin cube did its job. I'm going to pour it in the remaining hole here. First burn, y'all. Already feeling it. Get my grate open. Everything's wide open on the bottom in case you're wondering. I did not. Season it with grass blade there. I did light coat of Pam, maybe. That's about it.
boy. It's not too hot yet. I want to get this. Oh, she spins pretty nice. But we are seeing the door definitely leaking. We're going to have to get a gasket for that. As to be expected. Probably going to get a little, take this guy off. Throw some Comet on her, is my guess. A little bit of Comet, some hot water. I think I'd do a number on that. Probably get a little gasket to line just the sides and the top of the door there. Might tap it out just a little bit, and I think it's gonna be in business. Nice and hot. I'm gonna give the grill grate a little scrubby dub before I throw these ribs on there. I plugged up the other two vents. This one has a small pencil hole size, and she's just at 300. Of course, I'm about to open her up, and that'll affect it. I'm gonna clean these grill grates, slap them ribs on, and we'll see what happens here. She doesn't have too bad coming off her. Like I said, this feller cleaned the grates pretty well before we got them. Well, it doesn't hurt to just knock it off. See how these? Oh yeah. I mean, the first cook's gotta be, right? Got to be. It's gotta be ribs. Yeah, baby. 18.5. You got a couple room for 2 racks of St. Louis ribs there. I don't know. That's not a bad deal here. And we'll see what we get back up to. It's going to be a pretty gnarly temp, so I think, you know, might pinch the top nozzle just a hair. Just a hair. And she's already back at 275, so, you know, it's just one of those things. We're gonna have to learn how to get along with Muchacho here. He's a bad hombre. Okay. Just tightening up those vents. Put it right back down to 250. This is why people love these things. Now, granted, this is the lid stock thermometer. I'm sure the actual grates, maybe a 10, 15 degree difference, but we'll check it out later with the ports. But as you can see, it's really doing a great job on the temp regulation. Got a rack of ribs on there, hasn't been on but 20 minutes. I've been tweaking with the vents, and it is, guys, this thing is so responsive. It's uncanny. This is why people own these WSMs and love cooking on them. I've got 2 racks of St. Louis ribs on there, and the thing's just purring along at 250. Pan back and we'll check in the actual cook chamber here in a bit, but see if these need a little spritzerific. Yeah, it's doing a number on these. Ooh, see, took a little bit of a rub off there. Let's see how this rack's doing. It's a little more advanced than the other. Okay. And also, if you saw when I cleaned before, take a look at her now, guys. I'm hoping this is coming out, but look, that's beautiful. There's a patine on there now. I didn't go overboard with any kind of Pam there, but just the heat, the grease from the ribs, a little bit of Pam, some Kingsford charcoal, some American Air. You know, this is something. Very satisfied so far.
It's been 2.5 hours. The thing's still at 250. I mean, the old Weber. Some nice pullback there. Not as much there, but I think we'll wrap this little guy. Pretty sure it's ready. Let's see how she's flopping. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think she's ready to go. I'll take this guy here. Come back for you later. Goodness gracious. Hope I don't take too much grass off there again. Okay. Alright. Hour 3 or 4, I'm not sure which of our initial burn-in, but let's just get that. I've been tweaking the bottom vents, dampers. It's just really nifty to have a 250 like that, so consistent. Let's see where the firebox is at. Get in there, you're gonna jump in there with me. The door handle is in real good shape. There are some gaps in there, but I don't know if you can see in there, but the coals are doing really well. The center ring's about burned out, but the outside is still has some unlit in it. Trying to be real ginger with this door. I mean, if you really think about it, this old Muchacho is an antique. Boy, what a nice machine. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Back in. We're about to wrap these ribs anywho and be done with the cook, but we'll be checking the next couple hours to see how Muchacho fares. I lit this fire and got the WSM going at 10:30, and we're at 5:30 now. 7 hours later, I haven't even touched it. It's still in the 220s, 200s basically on that grate probably. I just opened. Let me go ahead and open the bottom and burn this out a bit. But yeah, this back vent here has not been opened the entirety of the cook. So get that going. A real satisfying burn in, guys. That's kind of what you're dealing with. I put foil on the water pan there, and how about that? I mean, if you're not pleased with that, I don't know. I certainly am. Like I said, look at the inside of the chamber there. You can see it really now has a nice gloss on the interior of that, a good waft. Let's see, you guys join me here. Finding out what we've got, what we're working with. Just gonna put the door to the side here. This tripod is battling me, but I don't know if you can see on the outside there. That's coals that have yet to be lit still. I'm gonna let this burn out all night. I may try and get back at you, but this has really been a pleasing burn in, and we'll get back with some maintenance. And I gotta say, Muchacho has done well. I had to come back up and check, guys. 275. It is now 7:30. Woke up from a pork nap here, and 9 hours later, 275 on the dots. Got all the bottom vents wide open, top vent wide open. Everything's just on a burnout, really. some on the glowing orange, but slow and low. That is what the WSM does. Alright. Adios, muchacho. Couldn't resist. 10:32. Ooh, 11 hours. And she is just above 250. That's not easy to. That is great.